We want to turn now to CBS News Chief Foreign Affairs correspondent Lara Logan, who has been following this very closely. Lara, there's a lot of talk about what Pakistan either did or did not know, and some concern that it seems that the Pakistani government may not have known that Osama bin Laden was hiding there. Is that really possible? They had no idea that he was in fact in this compound?
You know, no one that I've spoken to believes that, Erica. From counterterrorism officials to military commanders, generals, to special operations command, to operators, people who know this region. It's just inconceivable that Osama bin Laden could have been hiding out in this city, which is, so it is absolutely crawling with either retired military officials or military cadets or active military personnel. And in that very neighborhood. And, you know, David Martin touched on this. This compound was 8 times larger than any other building in the area. There is just, it's improbable to think that people living in that city, let alone members of the Pakistani military establishment, had no idea, never asked a question about it. If it came to the attention of U.S. intelligence, it certainly would have come to the attention of Pakistani intelligence and their intelligence services and their military brass. And, most of the officials that I speak to now really have this feeling that Pakistan has been laughing at the U.S., laughing in the faces of the Americans, because they've known all along that Osama bin Laden is there. They've even stood up and said at times that, Osama bin Laden is not in Pakistan. Well, not only is he in Pakistan, but he now turns out to be right amongst the military establishment itself. And so, what officials are saying, counterterrorism officials particularly, are interested in is what Pakistan's going to do to dig themselves out of this hole. Traditionally, every time there's been some American pressure put on them, a high-profile visit, for example, they deliver some al-Qaeda leader. And, what's notable about this, Erica, is not just what the president has said and not just what the Pakistanis are saying. The president said deep inside Pakistan. Those were carefully chosen words. Let there be no mistake. This is not on the Afghan border. This is not something that just happened to be. This is deep in the heart of Pakistan, where Osama bin Laden was found, number one. Number two, this was an American operation. Even the Pakistanis are not, in their own statement, trying to claim any kind of responsibility or participation in this. And there was a nod from the president in his statement about intelligence sharing. Not specifically, nothing specific or huge or significant enough to make this a joint effort. And that is seen by most of the officials I talk to as a nod to the Pakistanis as a way forward. What are you going to give us now? Yeah, you say that you share intelligence with us. Well, what are you going to do next? And that's what U.S. officials are most interested in.
So it almost sounds like, in some ways, Lara, because this has been such a tenuous relationship over the years, there are billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars in U.S. aid that goes to Pakistan, but there's always been this delicate dance as to whether or not Pakistan is really in this fight along with the United States. In some ways, then, do these developments actually give the U.S. an upper hand in that relationship?
Yes, no question. They give the U.S. the opportunity to take back the upper hand because they haven't had the upper hand. Really, the U.S. has been led around by the nose by Pakistan in this relationship. Particularly, if you can imagine that senior officials within the Pakistani establishment, military and intelligence, knew all along that Osama bin Laden was there. This compound was built specifically for him. Can you imagine that something of this size and the nature of it, with all the high walls and all the thick walls that were inside? All of that was designed to protect a high-value target. That's why it came to the attention of U.S. officials when they looked at it. And it's not just the activity itself, it's the absence of activity, the absence of normal signs like, normal trash collection, normal satellite, telephone communications. It's all of that. If the U.S. knew about it, it seems inconceivable that the Pakistanis didn't know about it.
Lara Logan, Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent. Lara, thanks.